Welcome to Ann and Dorian's Our Universal Force podcast, coming to you live from Crown Heights Radio in Brooklyn, New York.
Here we are again.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm still kind of looking up this article.
Get the synopsis.
Yeah, I just want to get it in my head before I start talking about it.
Better get it in your head. Better get it in your head.
Ooh.
Thanks for the candle accent. Really taking us back to Miami.
Going to Miami.
Benmonino, Ami.
Word. Whew. All right, do we want to do any breathing exercises?
Yeah. Let's go. Fast breath?
Yeah, I want to get hyped.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you're going to pull your belly button
Mm-hmm.
into inward
Bring
on your
your-
exhale. So you pull your belly button in
Yeah.
to your backbone on your exhale.
All right, so
So it's going to be like
what do you do on your inhale?
nothing. It's passive. Just forceful exhalation
So just
as you pull your belly button in.
regular breathing inhale?
I'm going to demonstrate.
Okay, so just
Yes.
put your belly button towards your belly, towards your bone.
Backbone.
So breathe in
Yeah.
with your out.
And the arms up overhead. Cross your thumb.
Cross my thumb.
Your left thumb crossing your right is more feminine energy.
Okay.
And then the other way is more masculine energy with your right thumb on top. Out your nose.
Go out your nose.
Faster. Keep going. 10 more.
Ugh, I gotta stand up straight.
Yeah.
Or sit up straight. Come on, microphone, do your damn thing. Okay.
That was not no, fine.
It was fun. Working up a sweat breathing, or we just have the air down. Are you sweating?
No.
No.
You just got really hot doing that thing you did. Hello, listeners.
Hello, listeners.
Welcome to our 6th podcast. Wow.
Wow. Welcome to the Ann and Dorian's Our Universal Force podcast. Coming to you live from Crown Heights Radio, Brooklyn, New York. I want to thank you for listening and tuning back in. And happy Sunday.
Here we are.
How are you feeling on this fine, beautiful Sunday morning in Brooklyn?
Hungover.
Oh, yes.
A bit ripe.
Ripe?
Yeah.
Explain ripe.
Like my insides are out.
Oh, it's graphic.
Raw.
Rawr. Agreed. That's what happens when you have a great time.
Great time.
Good deal. So let's just do a recap since we are talking about how we're feeling. I guess that doesn't really make any sense, but let's do a recap of last week.
You don't want to know how I'm feeling.
I do want to know.
Inside.
Oh, inside.
Hangovers suck.
Don't they?
Kids, don't do it. Sometimes you get really caught up in all the excitement and the booze is there and your friends are bartenders and you're DJing. We'll explain more about our night last night.
Exactly. Exactly.
But for now, let's go back. Let's take them back, Dorian.
Yes, we want to do a recap. So we're going to do a recap of the past episode, what we left you with. The two things that were happening were, one, we were having a date at the River Cafe. I don't know if we told you. We didn't even tell you about that, but it was our date night.
It was a surprise. I was at work. It was noon. It was a date night on Wednesday night. And you sent me a invitation to a reservation at the River Cafe. And I was very surprised because the River Cafe is a premium restaurant here in Brooklyn and famous and well known in New York City. And we ended up going there for dinner. Incredible meal.
Okay. Very nice. I like it.
Well, there's more to it.
There's more. Well, do we want to highlight or do we want to recap? Like, so let's think about this recap, because we didn't really talk about that in the podcast that we were going to go do that. So is that a highlight?
That's a highlight.
That's really a highlight. So we can do the highlight first and then we can recap.
No.
Do the recap first?
Yeah.
Okay. Recap. We'll do the recap as Miami.
Okay.
Yeah. So we went to Miami. As we had mentioned. Yes, we just got back from Miami. Normally that would be our highlight, but we'll take it in the recap. So let's talk about our Miami trip.
Well, we flew down for 3 nights.
We did.
Took off Thursday. We flew out on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Arrived Friday, and we stayed with my cousin, who lives on Miami Beach.
Miami Beach.
And what did we do, Dorian?
Slept. No, we didn't sleep all that much. We went to the beach, number 1, which was beautiful. Went to the gym too, which was great. Had a great workout. What was the name of that gym?
Anatomy.
Great gym.
In Midtown. We went to their Midtown location. We showed up, and, we had our headphones. We're like, okay, we're going to do a warm-up. My cousin had a session with his trainer, and, it was a cool space. It was a really cool... Neither of us needed our headphones for our workout. The sound system was off the hook. And they were playing some great music. It was deep bass. We got right into movement. They had a floor space. We did our body work, our flow.
Was that like a grass? It's like a grass, not grass.
It was like a
grass kind of.
Yeah, what was that? Yeah,
like
it was
carpet
like
strip. It was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a good floor space. They had sleds in there. Did they have ropes too? I'm assuming they had ropes.
They had ropes. They had everything.
Yeah, they had a lot of. They had a studio.
Balls, club bells. They had kettlebells. They had racks. All different types of barbells. Yeah. I mean, we could have spent so much time in there. They had a huge dance studio.
2 hours. 2 hours, easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely 2 hours. They had a big dance studio. They had a yoga room. We didn't see the yoga room, but they had a yoga room. Lots of gear.
Treadmill. I had a really good run.
Yeah, they had great. And they had a lot of more weights and weight equipment than they had cardio machines.
Cardio machines and resistance machines.
Yeah, so it was good. It was a good balance of all the different activities you could do. But like you mentioned, sound system was good. You felt the energy. There was a bunch of trainers in there, and they were super nice. Everyone was great. They had a good sauna. I think they had an infrared sauna. They might have had a cold dip pool too, or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think that's what we heard. So great space. So that was good. So we got to work out. Then we went to
the beach.
We took a drive around. We got to see all the upcoming development and things happening in Miami, which was nice. Got a good tour. And then we went to the beach.
We went to the beach, and the best part. This is the best, my favorite. And I mentioned this from our Las Vegas trip. How much I love lounging outdoors under an umbrella, so as to prevent sunburn.
And we had 2 chairs, and we just chilled.
It was so lovely. We went into the ocean.
Yeah, water was warm. It was nice. It was fishies swimming through past us, around us.
Which kind of freaks me out. I mean, I love it, let's exist as one, but having the fish rub up on my leg, I think one even sucked on my toe.
Swarms, but then there was big ones chasing the schools of the little ones. We were like, that's a big fish that's like the size of a cat.
Right there.
Right, swimming past us. We were like, I could try to catch you, but I'm going to leave you in your habitat and do your thing.
Lots of seaweed.
Yeah, seaweed washing up on the Atlantic. So it was great.
We escaped a huge heat wave here in New York.
Yeah, I heard it was 103 or 5 or 10 or some craziness.
It was wild. We had some cloud coverage. We had breezes.
Yeah, it was great.
It was great. So that's what we did that day.
And then we went out at nighttime. So we met up with family, and then we went out partying. We went to the River Cafe down in Brickell.
Another River Cafe.
Yeah, River Cafe, yeah. Had good food
Brickell's
there.
like the downtown, one of the city centers.
Yep. Exactly.
Really good seafood where we went.
Seafood, yeah.
Oh, it was awesome. The cocktails were banging too.
Yeah. Good time there. And then we went up to Sugar, which is a rooftop bar on top of a hotel. So it's like a mall there, and then there's a hotel, and then on top of the hotel they have this rooftop bar. Great view of the city. And we got some seating, and then we had fam comes, and we all hung out. Had a great time.
Only complaint was we wish we were there with our vinyl.
Oh yeah, we could have DJ'd, but they didn't have turntables. They had the CDJs.
Oh
Yeah, so I mean we could have did that too, but whatever. But so it was good. Music was, they started. The DJ came like later, halfway through. Before they were just playing like a Spotify playlist or something like that. But it was a good scene. Everything got crowded. We found we were lucky enough to get floor seats, and then we got seats at the bar, which was great. Good cocktails, good bartender.
Yes.
We got some more food while we were there.
A sushi roll.
Yeah. Sat up on the roof. Was outside, so it was a beautiful night. Good turn up. We had some drinks. We started getting amped and live, and then we went to.
And that was Friday night.
But then we went to the salsa merengue, bachata, cumbia, reggaeton spot. Where we had some hookah. Everybody was dancing. We got to sit outside again. Nice place. It had a club on the inside and it was a restaurant also with like outdoor seating, porch seating, which was covered, but it was nice because we had like a little lounge banquet. I guess, or lounge couch and chairs, something like that. So we got to sit outside, had a bunch of hookahs, had some drinks. We were able to smoke, chill, have a good time. We partied. We stayed there probably for like 3 hours or something like that.
Yeah, quite some time.
Yeah, we had a good time there. We danced a little bit and partied a little bit, showed off. Beautiful, sexy people in Miami having a good time. It was fun. Got to see lots of different people coming and going and partying, getting way more drunk than we were.
Because it's a tour. It's a big tourist attraction.
Yeah, it's a lot of people.
But there's also locals too.
But this was local. I felt like that's what we heard, that this was mostly just locals at this spot. It wasn't really a tourist spot. But everyone, it was a good dance time. Everybody was dancing, having a party. 2 different DJs going on in that space. One outside, one inside, which was nice.
Yeah, it was a fun party inside too.
Yeah, they turned up.
But we preferred sitting outside.
Yeah, we were sitting outside. We were just chilling. We were just how happy to be outside and in the beautiful weather and have some hookah. Be happy. We think we got some food there too.
Did we?
Yeah, we did. We ordered food. Yeah.
Oh, what did we have?
I don't remember. We had more food.
Oh God.
Yeah, we were just eating. Well, we were out for like 7 hours altogether. So.
Right, and we were dancing.
Yeah, we kept on doing like little appetizers everywhere we went. So
it's fun.
Yeah, it was cute. So we did that. Then Saturday we went to the Fontainebleau.
That's right.
Yeah, pool party at the Fontainebleau.
It was awesome.
Chilled there, had a great time.
We were there by noon.
Yeah,
we were there for 3-4 hours.
Yeah,
Family was there.
For like 5, I think.
Yeah, we were there for quite some time. We had beds, and we had friends there. I was able to stretch out.
Yeah, you did some acro yoga.
Yeah, if you check out my Instagram, Il Brisky, you'll see some bow pose in the sun.
It was great. That was a great video. You guys did great. It was so much. It was so cute watching.
Oh, I'm going to post the video. We'll have to review that.
Yeah.
Check it out, though.
Yeah,
it's amazing what the body is able to do and stretch with another person's body.
That was so good.
So cool.
I like that. I was impressed.
So it was really cute. So we were out on the lawn doing, so acro yoga is the term for the technique we were doing through stretching and strength work too. And some people ran over to us. They were playing a game of football, and there was like 2 girls and 2 guys, and the girls ran over to us after their game of football, and they were like, "This is like Instagram." You girls, this is amazing. This is so cool. How'd you learn how to do this? And me and my partner were like, we're just having fun. Like, we both just do it for fun. I mean, she does it a little bit more regularly. She's been doing it for several years, about 5 years, every week. So she's got more of a practice around it. I just do it for fun. Like, yeah, I'll float on your legs and stretch.
Well, you're in such good shape, and you're so athletic and trained that it comes natural for you. Not comes natural, but it comes natural to work with a partner, especially someone who does it anyway. So you're not having to, You weren't having to teach anything. You were just able to
I was
walk
able
right
to just
in,
go
in
yeah,
and do it.
fly right on.
That was
my
awesome.
legs.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, we definitely should post some of those, some of the videos or pictures
Mm-hmm.
up on the site.
Mm-hmm.
Also, too, don't forget ouruniversalforce.com.
Yep.
Check us out.
Also,
we have the podcast up there. We also have some photos, Instagram photos, regular photos, some videos. We'll have show notes, as well as many other interesting tidbits that can help your relationships in your love life or your future love life or past love lives, maybe. Who knows?
Inspiration.
Inspiration.
Follow our journey.
Exactly. And you can email us at ouruniversalforce@gmail.com.
Any questions, feedback, we'd love to hear from you.
We would. But yeah, so then we did that. So we went to Hakkasan.
That night, oh yeah, we went to Hakkasan. We were like,
Right.
well, we really wanted, that was something I really wanted to do when we were there, because Hakkasan's amazing. For those of you who don't know, it's a Asian fusion restaurant in Miami, New York,
Vegas. There's a bunch. Yeah, there's a bunch. They're probably international, I believe, not just in the United States.
Dim sum is so
Isn't it good?
good.
Here's something about Hakkasan. Every restaurant has a local food section of their menu so it isn't the same. It's basic same menu across the board, but then they have like a page or two of items that are only from whatever city that they're in. So in Miami, they have some seafood options that you won't find at the New York location and so forth. So it's great to try the different ones, to try the different options there, because you will get some food that's inspired locally, and then I'm assuming whoever's the head chef of that location does something interesting with it that you might not taste at the other location. So I've went to, I think, 3 different Hakkasans so far, and I forgot where the third. I know New York, Miami, or Miami, Vegas. Maybe New York, Miami, Vegas.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a 3.
Yeah.
But I feel like I might have even went to one in San Diego, but it might not be Hakkasan. It might have been like Nobu or something like that. But very similar concept. But great food, great time. We had a ball. We had a great dinner, and we did early. Went back, napped, and then we went to live.
We came home, so we walked back to where we were staying at my cousin's place and it was like a 10-minute walk, and then we napped. We got home about 8, and we napped till like 10 p.m. Woke up, got ready, got our outfits on, club life, and
went over to live. Got the crew together, went to live, had a great time. Cedric Gervais was DJing, his house music DJ.
What up?
We had a ball. DJ before that, I forgot who the DJ before that was. Before him was, I know the name, I'm drawing a blank. But great music. Both sets were great. Party got live, and we stayed there till like 3 or 4. I don't know, like 3
or 4.
Yeah.
How late does Live stay open?
4, I think.
Till 4.
4:30, something like that.
Yeah. So we pretty much stayed till the end. We were hunkered down at a table.
We had a booth, and
the best one in the house.
Yeah, right front booth, and we were burning through bottles of
Moet.
The big magnums of Moet. We were so tipsy.
It was my first time too with bottle service.
Oh, really? Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I've joined parties where people had gotten bottles and they were, sitting, but I was usually just up dancing and I'd get a drink from it.
But the first time, like chilling and sitting, and we were just in it.
We were holding it down.
Night.
We were balling.
So drunk.
We had our security guards around us, protecting us, also making glow stick jewelry. We had so much fun. And big shout out to my cousin for enhancing our experience in Miami.
Indeed.
The next day we left.
But we stayed, we partied, we slept, and hung over.
And we're like, all right, it's time to go.
Cinder was like, we gotta go to the airport.
I woke up like on the floor.
Oh, we were so silly that night.
Everyone was safe.
We were good. It was so fun.
We had a blast.
Waking up, having sex, falling back to sleep, not falling asleep. That's something that we do. Like once we stay up to a certain point in the night and we're drunk or even tipsy or we smoked or anything, like then we're like horny, and then we just stay up all morning, night long, sort of like last night.
Yeah.
And then it's daylight.
I'm
and
like
they're
checking on you to make sure you're not falling asleep.
It's like, are you awake? I'm like, awake. We can keep going.
I'm like, all right, great,
Let's
Mom.
go one more. Let's go. And then finally, we're like, we need to go to bed because it's already the time we should be waking up right now. So let's sleep for like 4 hours. And then we sleep for like 2 hours and wake up and do it again.
Yeah. Well, don't necessarily do it again. We usually give it plenty of space to breathe.
2 hours. And then we wake up and we do it again and we fall back to sleep for another 2 hours. And then we do it again. And finally, we're like, we got to get up and eat.
Yeah, it's time.
Eat and meditate and start the day.
Meditate, be in a somewhat normal state.
But yeah, so that was our Miami trip. We flew back home. We had a great time. It was beautiful. So that's a recap of Miami. So now let's do our weekly highlights. So what was the highlight of this week, Brie?
Well, it was definitely last night.
What happened last night?
Last night we played 4 hours. We DJ'd at our spot, Robert Bar.
Robert Bar.
We had so much fun.
Shout out to the crew at Robert Bar.
In Borum Hill.
Borum Hill, Madison, Margot. We love you.
We love you.
We love
so much fun. So
you.
every Saturday when we show up, the two of them, the bartenders, are dressed in outfits. Matching.
They're so good with that.
They're so good.
They're
with
so
that.
we have to learn. We have to
so
learn from
good.
that. We need to learn from that because sometimes it's matching, but it's their own version of the matching. So it's not as if they bought the exact same outfit. They usually have their own styles of the same outfit. It's so good. They're so cute. They're so sweet. Love them. We ate dinner at Building on Bond beforehand.
Next door.
Yep. Then we rolled in, bought some vinyl, turned up from the door. Played late, had a good time with them, got people dancing.
We got people dancing, so it was my first time experiencing that, like having a crowd of people dance to what it was I was playing. And that felt so good. Felt so good to just get that response from people.
Yeah.
And feel the energy get hype in the room and, keep it there.
When you're playing a song and people are dancing and you're like, oh shit, people are dancing, what do I do? Like, what's your thought on keeping it going? Like, what was going through your head as far as like song selection and everything else?
Well, I think when I was selecting my set, because I'm newer to DJing, I when Dorian was on the tables, I was grabbing my records, and in that state, the energy was already fire, was hot. So what I was selecting matched that.
Got it.
And then when I was on, pulling the 45 out, laying it on, playing it through, I'd look to see what I was going to put on next and approve it. There was a couple times where I listened. I was like, this isn't going to work right now. So just a quick flip.
Change records.
Yep.
Good. I like it.
Yeah.
And we had great feedback. Lots of people were coming up and telling us how great of a time they were having, complimenting us on us being a couple and our love and our universal force that we were portraying out to them. Got hit on a bunch of times, which was awesome. We love getting flirted with by people, especially if they're sweet, if they're fun. Like if you're a fun, good, sweet, nice person, then it's fun. And Robert Bar's always a very sexy place. There's usually dates going on there, or people or singles, and people meeting each other there. So it's almost like a rendezvous spot.
Yeah.
It's a great bar though. They have a brand new cocktail menu, so we were trying out new cocktails. We played for 4 hours, a little bit more than 4 hours, and we went back to back, which I love doing the back to back, 30-minute sets apiece,
so
just
good,
riding into each other's energy.
Oh, it was such a blast.
Dancing when we're not DJing.
So fun. We had a great time. We complimented each other really well.
Yeah, we had a great time, and thank you to everyone who comes out. Thank you to everyone who came and said hello and thanked us for playing. We shared our information a bunch. So if you're listening and you were out with us, our Universal Force, Crown Heights Radio, DJ Bomb.
You already know.
DJ Soho Dutch. It's our other AKAs, aliases. We have so many.
We have a lot now.
I know.
I was thinking about that when I was in my Instagram creating my profile. It's like, oh, I've got all these other handles.
Did you do
and
the
all
DJ
these
Bomb
other things.
profile?
No, I haven't done that.
I know you have like 7.
I already have like 7
not
Google
that many, maybe like
Gmails.
5. Yeah.
No, but I think I do. I've got 5.
Yeah, we should probably get the DJ Bomb Gmail.
Let's
add
it. 6.
Just do it. Just do it. It's ways to make it all work.
So if you don't know, Bomb are my initials.
Right. There you go. BAHM.
Bomb, bomb.
DJ Bomb.
Dee-da. Bomb, bomb.
So that's our highlight. We had a great time. And then we went, but that wasn't the end of the night.
What
so
else happened, Dorian?
after DJing and, partying with everyone, we were, exchanging information, flirting with some beautiful people. We were like, we want to go out partying. So then we went, dropped the records off, came back to Crown Heights and went to our spot.
Friends and Lovers.
Classin'. Heck yeah. Future Old School was the party that was happening, which is a great party. If you have not been to Friends and Lovers in Crown Heights, Brooklyn, Crown Heights / Prospect Heights, so Classin Avenue, they have great monthly parties and weekly parties, but one of the monthly parties is the Future Old School. Shout out to Dash, holding it down, tearing up the tables. Great party, great dancing, great energy. We got best bartenders there. We love everyone there. Shout out to Amara, shout out to Tori, shout out to Science, all the crew there. If I forgot anybody, sorry, but we had a good time.
Always and running into people there.
Always run into people we know.
Sometimes people we least expect.
Yeah.
We'll see them there.
We'll see. We're like, wait, we just saw you at our house.
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
So fun. Everyone's always crunk and having a good time.
Yes, we got a dance on.
Oh, we got our dance on.
You getting it in. You were representing for all the B-girls around the world and the B-boys.
That's right.
The crew, yeah, you were getting it in.
Shout out to my floor people out there. Floor sisters and brothers.
Heck yeah.
I couldn't help myself. You mentioned something in that after DJing, like you're just so much more open to receive music. And it's really true, just as with any practice. Warming up beforehand, you're neurologically in tune.
Yes. One of the things I noticed when I would do gigs, especially when I did far gigs where I have to drive to a gig or I would travel. Sometimes I travel from New York to Pennsylvania, New York to Atlantic City, Jersey. And then I'd have like an hour and a half ride. So I'd get done with this party and I'm in the car and I'm like, man, I kind of like, I'm amped. I've just finished catering to all these people, having 300 people on the floor going crazy. Now I want to do it. And I'd be in the car listening to the radio like, oh, I can't wait to get out. And I'd go home, get rid of the car and go straight to the club. And I'd be like, yes, this is the best. And I would have the best times. Hear great music. It's always like that 1 a.m. to 2:30 a.m. time frame too. So you come in and it's at like the peak of the night for the most part. So you come in hard, you're like, yes, and you can just get it in. And I always feel more receptive to the music. I learn things too, and I listen to other. I'm a firm believer, whatever your craft or your trade is, whatever your profession is, you should pay attention to other people who do your profession and how they do it and learn from them. Have to, whether you're a dancer, whether you're a performer or a singer or an artist or an actor or a carpenter or an architect or a doctor or whatever your job function is. If you're able to watch people do your job at a high level and you can learn from that, do it. And as a DJ, I love going and hearing other DJs perform, hearing their energy, being on the other side of the booth. Being on the dance floor as a customer, as a patron, and being able to feel the energy they portray helps me learn how to put that same energy towards our audience, our dancers, our staff, whoever's there listening to us. And I think it's a great thing to do, and it's so much fun. And as Ann said, you're hyped after spending, and we spun Friday night too at Bergen. So we had just spun for 8 hours, so to speak. 7 hours, 6 hours, whatever it was total in like 24 hours. And we were just like, yeah, let's get it in. So we danced and partied hard.
Learning to, I love how you mentioned that too. Students for life.
Yeah, definitely.
Being receptive to continue to learn. I think that keeps you young.
It does.
Dancing does too, and so does music, but so does just being open to receive and learn newly. So all you listeners out there, don't stop learning ever. Be open to it.
That is true.
And also stick your guns.
You stick to your guns. Yeah, we had a great time. So that was our highlight. Weekly highlight was DJing together and really just enjoying ourselves after working hard and then playing too. So let's take a quick break. Then we're going to do In the News. And then we're going to do our 2 topics. And what are our topics for this week?
Ooh, I'm excited. So house chores? No, that's
a tool. That's a toolbox. So our toolbox.
We'll get there
Yeah,
too.
we'll get there. Well, what are our topics for today?
Topics are dance class and couples road trips.
Okay. And for the dance class, is it any kind of dance class?
Oh, yeah. You listeners are going to have to hold tight to find out.
Give them a little bit. Is it like, I'm going to go learn how to tap?
Tap my booty cheeks.
It involves tapping your booty cheeks. So we will come back in just a moment with our In the News, relationships, sex, romance in the news, and then our topics, dance class and couples road trips. Be right back. This is Our Universal Force with Ann and Dorian. Talk to you soon. Okay, we are back. This is Ann and Dorian's Our Universal Force podcast, coming to you live from Crown Heights Radio, Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn. We are about to go into In the News, and this is a segment where every week we discuss a sex, romance, relationship type article that is in the news. And this one actually was recommended to us from our therapist,
That's
our
right.
family and relationship therapist over at North Brooklyn Marriage and Family Therapy. Right? Is that correct? Or family and marriage therapy. Marriage and family therapy.
Marriage and family, yeah.
Where we go to get help and guidance on our relationship. And our therapist suggested this article, which happened to be a good one. So this is actually a little bit of tech sex news. And so last year there was the CES, which is the Consumer Technology Association's annual conference, I guess it is, or tech show. Consumer Electronics Show is what CES stands for. The winner for the Innovation Award was a woman named Laura DiCarlo, and she won for a massager, a sex toy that's used for G-spot and clitoral stimulation. It was called the Hous robotic massager. So she won, and then they went back and took the award away.
Oh, say.
Yes. Oh, say. So then there was some drama regarding that, and then they ended up giving it back to her. And then because of all this, the CTS, which is the Consumer Technology Association, who puts on the show, came back and said they didn't handle the award properly. They recognized the importance of having conversations about the show's policies, especially around sex tech, and that they were giving her the award, and for future shows, they're going to make sure that they're inclusive of all kinds of technology, especially when it comes to making sure they're not doing anything gender bias or biased on sexual preference or anything of that nature. So that was good. They said they recognize some inconsistency in the way they handling their policies, and they need to go back and address it. So
absolutely.
So shout out to Laura DiCarlo for winning the award. You can find her at lauradiccarlo.com. It is
so it looks like a great vibrator.
Yeah, it looks really good
for a blended orgasm.
Yes.
Clitoral and G-spot.
Yeah, so that's a blended orgasm. Combine clitoral and G-spot vaginal orgasm.
It's so important to use vibers. Actually, can I share something now?
Sure. Why not?
I'm just gonna chime right in.
Just go with it.
I feel some kind of way about vibrators.
I know. We went through a lot of our toys this morning.
Oh my God,
I'm gonna say this morning because we got home at like 4:30.
Wild.
Yeah, or 4.
5,
6, whatever time we got home.
Anyway.
We went through a lot of our toys. We ran the batteries
so
out.
Important. Well, look, I'm gonna be Dr. Ann for a moment.
Okay, be Dr.
here.
Ann. Yes.
So there's so many muscles inside the vagina, and with just number of daily life activities or past traumas or that's mine right there.
I'm looking at yours.
You can't see inside there, but there's all these little muscles. And they get tight. They get tight. They get irritated. They might get fatigued. They might be weak.
Mm-hmm.
So your ability to put a device in there and stimulate those muscles is really important.
Agreed.
For vaginal health.
Yes.
So beyond, the dirt McGirt that we get in our minds from
just
sex toys.
Just the sexual,
or
just the sexual release part, right?
Yeah, it's like these are really helpful.
Sexual health is important
for vaginal, muscular health. So, ladies, anyone who owns a vagina, get yourself also a vibrator, or use your fingers, and go inside of yourself and work on squeezing your fingers and releasing. Just as much as you want to create tension, you also want to have a length. And so work that pussy.
Exactly. So we want to just
that goes into
once again. Let's finish off the
right.
Don't rush.
Okay, we got
news. We want to make sure we give this news article a little bit of breath. Okay, so Laura DiCarlo.com. You can check out this award-winning vibrator. Once again, as Ann mentioned, it works the G-spot. It also works the clitoris. It has a come hither motion that's used.
Yes.
And advanced micro robotic technology to get
and
that
if people
perfect
don't
sensation.
know,
Let me read that.
Well, what's a come hither? What's a come hither?
Hands-free technology. The OSE flexes and adapts to perfectly fit your body and always stays in place. Freeze your hands so your mind can wander. So you insert it in. So I guess it's inserted in and it's hitting your clitoris and your G-spot, and you don't have to hold it in place, which is pretty cool. It doesn't vibrate, which is pretty cool. I like that. OSE doesn't need vibrations to get you there. Just completely personalized G-spot and clitoral stimulation that perfectly fits the body. Interesting. So it moves but not vibrates. So come hither is where you take your finger, if you put your index finger or your index and your middle finger or any three fingers. Take all of your fingers if you want, because you should be able to use many different ones and make them come here.
Pulling towards you. So
like, come here.
If you do that in that direction, you're gonna you might hit your G spot.
So it needs to, and usually the G spot's on your belly button side, like not on the side facing your anus, but on the side or your back, but facing your top half on your.
Come here.
Yes, so that's what it does. So great that they gave her the award back for this award-winning technology. Hope to see more sex toys being a part of the CES. That would be great. If you've been to the Consumer Electronics Show and you enjoyed it and you also would like to see more sex toys, build something or submit something, go and support. That's great. We want to see sex toys or sexual health enhancers or whatever you would like to call it be a bigger part of mainstream society and not, as Ann mentioned, being kind of like dirt McGirtish. Dirt McGirt. Okay, so that was our In the News. Stay tuned for more In the News, as future episodes will bring you all kinds of interesting or at least what we find interesting topics and things that the world is talking about. So now let's get into our topics. And our first topic is dance class. So, Ann, tell us about dance class, because you are the expert in in dance class.
I am. I've been doing dance for a long time, but never this type of dance before. I was going through a bit of a transition with my dance where I wasn't feeling as inspired with my breaking. I wasn't connecting with it as much and wanted to get into my body in a new way and really embrace my femininity. So Dorian and I wanted something sexy for you. So you bought me a lap dance class. And as we've mentioned before, we've been to strip clubs, we've had lap dances before. And I like a challenge, and I'm a little bit competitive in nature too. And it's like, I could do this. Like, I want to learn this. I want to be able to do this from a man. So we did a private lesson with Stripxpertease here in New York City. And they don't have a physical location, but they rent space from Ripley Greer, if anyone knows where that is, Midtown off 8th and I think 34th. And that was really fun. We had a great time. I learned all sorts of techniques and picked them up pretty quickly.
You did.
I think I impressed their teacher.
Yes.
I loved it. I had so much fun.
That was great for me. I have to say, as the prop.
You would be.
I would be the prop in this scenario.
What? Well, in ways, yeah. I was using your legs for balancing.
It was a private class, so it was just us and the teacher, and was able to, and the teacher taught Ann the moves, and worked on the moves on me, and it was great. It was like 2 hours. It was really fun.
It was really fun. We had a blast. And
what were some of the things you learned?
Some of the things I learned. Okay. There's a move called lotion, and really what it is you're spreading your hands on your body as if you're rubbing in lotion, doing things nice and slow and sensual. They say leave him in a coma. C standing for confidence, O standing for outfit, M for music, and A for atmosphere. So we're setting the tone through all of those elements. And, working then posture, bending your knees, leaning back, learning how to stand and walk in heels, which is a big one. And I love wearing heels, but I also realized too, I need to train to walk in heels, right? So learning how to squeeze my inner thighs, externally rotating my hips, pulling up on the ball of my foot, having nice extension in my leg. And then eyes. I mean, a lot of the movements are instinctual, actually.
Yes.
The biggest challenge for me in the movement in doing a lap dance is slowing down. Right. Your BPM is half of the music at times.
Yes. So music selection is also important.
It is, and they have a playlist which I thought was cute on Spotify.
Yes, we did that. We did.
They're a great company. I really love what they offer. So there's multiple classes that they have.
How many have you taken so far?
I've taken the level 1 floor work. I took the level 1 twerking, and I also took a class on blowjobs. That one was awesome. It's called Suck and Swallow. Yes. So much fun.
Yes.
There is 50 to this is 100 different techniques with all these different names on how to hold the cock, how to put it in your mouth. It gives us anatomy on the cock. So much fun. There's a section for warming up the cock. One of the moves I thought was funny was called the Venus and Serena, and you're passing the cock from hand to hand.
Like tennis. Yeah, what were your favorites? So from the Suck and Swallow class, what was your favorite? Was that your favorite move or no?
Well, my favorite move is your favorite move.
Oh, which one is that?
So one of your favorite moves is when I have my hands stacked on top of each other. Mm-hmm. Dorian's got a very nice size cock, and I'm rotating my hands back and forth with a loose grip.
Yeah, that's nice.
You like that one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you said that they taught you the importance of lube?
Yes.
So you had to bring, what did you have to bring?
Lube is important.
So you went to that class.
For safety and also for enjoyment. It makes everyone's life easier.
So we went to the sex toy shop we stayed at the Standard that night before.
Right.
And then we went to the sex toy shop to get lube. So you got lube. You had to get a flavor condom.
Such a fun weekend. Yeah, flavored condom. I brought our dildo.
Right.
I call it our doppelganger.
Our doppelganger. Got some workout yesterday. It was funny.
And yeah, one condom and then a flavored lube.
Oh, okay. That's what it was, right?
Oh, insider tip or pro tip. Don't use a sugar lube. Oh, I mentioned this in our in episode 3, I think, when we talked about our toys.
We spoke about sex toys,
Okay,
yes.
so go back to episode 3 and check that out for the information on lube, but I'll just say it again.
Yes.
If you're using a sugary lube for blowjobs or hand jobs, women don't put your vagina on that lube because it will grow yeast in you.
Yes. Safety first.
The sugar. That's right.
Use Uber Lube if you're going to play. Okay. So that
was, and I hope to take more classes too from Stripxpertease. Great teachers, fun fitness, also great way to embody your sexuality.
And what's their website?
Stripxpertease.
So spell that because I know it's spelled
So
differently.
it's Stripxpertease. Stripxpertease.
So
you can Google them. Stripxpertease.com.
Per tease, like TEASE, right? So we're going to take a quick break as we get prepared for our second topic. And our second topic is couples road trips. So couples, have you ever taken a trip, rented a car, taken your car, and just went on a drive, just the two of you or three of you or whatever your relationship is, or just someone who's you're trying to get to know, and you're like, let's take a road trip and go stay somewhere. Couples road trips, some fun ideas to make your road trip a great learning experience about each other. You can make it sexual, you can make it fun, you can cross things off your bucket list on your couples road trips. So stay tuned. Couples road trips. Ann and Dorian's Our Universal Force. You can catch us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can go to our website, ouruniversalforce.com. Please feel free if you have any questions or you want to learn more about anything we have discussed on any of our podcasts. You can shoot us an email, ouruniversalforce@gmail.com. Leave us any suggestions, too, for future episodes, future ideas. And after we do our second topic, we're going to go into Ann and Dorian's Toolkit. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Ann and Dorian's Our Universal Force. We are in the middle of our topics. And our second topic, as we mentioned earlier, are couples road trips.
Yeah, Dorian, talk about that.
So we've taken a few road trips, and what we'd like to do is just share some ideas, some tips, some pointers.
Well, first of all, talk about renting the car. Do you mind elaborating on that?
Well, and I'm going to say this. We rent a car because we live in Brooklyn.
Right.
So that's not a prerequisite for any road trip. If you have cars, some couples have 2 cars or 3 cars.
But if you live in the city, rent a damn car and go on a road trip.
If you're in the city and you don't have a car or a damn car, just go on a road trip. Doesn't matter how you get there. I'll even say if you don't drive, get on a bus or a train and do a road trip that way. Something that doesn't require flying, but a road trip in our mind is truly like getting in a car. We rent cars. So whatever your preferred preference of renting cars, we use Zipcar, we use Sixt, Sixt as well. They have luxury cars, which are nice, as well as Zipcar does, but Sixt does a different experience with the rental. So we typically, what we'll do is that we will take a road trip. We've taken like 4, maybe 3 or 4 decent ones. I think the longest was like a 5-hour drive or 4-hour drive.
It's New Hampshire.
Right. Other than that, they've been like 2 to 3 hour drives. And we enjoy them. It's fun. What I like to do is I like to turn the road trip into like a learning and sexual experience if we can, because you're in the car. So, as dancer and DJ, and DJs now, plural, we like to bring music, so we'll have music going the whole time. We prep with some like drinks and food and things of that nature. We're obviously gonna have to stop a lot to go to the bathroom, but that's because we drink.
Drinks,
yes, non-alcoholic. So we water, things, snacks, something healthy too. Sometimes we eat junk, but we also like to bring sex toys on our road trips. So we would definitely bring vibrators. Hitachi Magic Wand is great. We bought vibrators on the way to a road trip as well, so that's fun. It's fun to have an outfit that's easy to get in and out of while we're in the car. I pretty much do the driving when we do our road trips, so it's great to have Ann in the passenger seat, just having a good old time. And we'll talk.
Can I just say one of the sexiest things you've ever done was when you came to pick me up. I had my landmark course, and you came to pick me up before a road trip. We're headed to Hunter Mountain.
Yes.
And next in the passenger seat was leggings, crotchless leggings, a big thigh high.
It was the was it crotchless leggings and thigh highs?
No.
It was just thigh highs.
It was thigh highs. Okay, a t-shirt.
Yeah.
And there was
a vibrator. It was a Lilo vibrator.
Some
lube, I think.
Uber lube.
The red handcuffs.
The red handcuffs that you purchased, but you brought those out later.
Yes.
You brought those out when we
were
got
like
to the cabin.
Where we were there, yes.
So it was just so hot. You had gone shopping for me for a little set of toys to play with on our road trip up.
I knew you were dressed. I knew what you were dressed in.
I was wearing a suit,
and we were gonna be in the car for hours at night. This was late night too.
It's like
we thought
11.
I was like, I want you to be comfortable, but I also want to be able to like play with you while we're driving. And that was my thought. I was like, what would be sexy? What would make you feel good, easy to get in and out of?
I felt great.
Oh, it was great. And we love that. That toy is a great toy. We still use that toy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a great toy.
We used that toy this morning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think it's like a second edition Lulu vibrator with the clitoris stimulator.
Yeah, it has a G-spot, very similar to the one that won the award. It has a G-spot and a clitoral. And that one moves. That doesn't come hither.
Yeah.
Motion.
It does.
It does.
Or no.
Yeah, but it vibrates.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of settings.
Yeah.
There's so many different settings on these damn vibrators. Sometimes it's like, give me a constant. Hold on, but what else? And you were also mentioning.
Well, also too, one of the things
that's
one of the sexual things. What we also do is we ask a lot of questions. We'll talk.
Oh yeah.
We've had some great conversations, especially conversations about the week. Usually, if we're going on a road trip, it's like the end of the week, so it'll be a Thursday or a Friday. So we're reflecting on the week, reflecting on what we've done. We get to, sometimes we'll ask questions of each other, things we don't know, because it's just us. It's dedicated time. I would rather use that as a time where we can talk and get to talk in a way, that setting that we may not really get to do normally, rather than just being on like our phones looking at Instagram or Facebook or working or doing whatever we're doing while some people do when they're driving. We'll always have music, but a lot of times we've listened to podcasts and talked about the information we heard on a podcast. So it's a really good learning experience. And even it's a different learning experience when we're finishing whatever we did on that road trip. So there's one thing when we're going to the place that we're going, because we're excited, we want to get there, whether we're checking in a hotel or staying with someone or whatever we're doing, we're excited about that whole process and whatever the weekend's going to bring. But then coming home, it's a road trip also, not just going. And that's a very interesting one, because we would have done stuff over that weekend, and then we get to talk about what we did, what we've learned. We're usually a different person. Every time we experience something, we come out of it as a different person, or a different couple, different people. And then we get to discuss what everything means. And we've had some fun experiences. We've had some sexual experiences, or talked about them, or really just good relationship experiences. Times being with family, times being with friends, just times doing things together for each other. So it's really a good time to really talk and enjoy each other, and get to learn. We get to see sights, and we have some beautiful. You get on the road and you get to see some beautiful trees and mountains sometimes, and depending on where you live, that can be a great time to just explore. And if you give yourself time, a good idea sometimes is to start early on the day. Leave in the morning, and don't be in a rush to get wherever you're going, and stop in towns you haven't seen before. Or if you're crossing states or crossing provinces or wherever you live at, It's a great time to explore and experience different places. Stop for a meal somewhere new. Do something interesting, different. If something attracts your attention, we've driven around neighborhoods looking at real estate. We've, just explore life a little bit together. And it's great when it's just you and your partner or partners or whoever, your future partner or whatever it is, that you can get to really learn about each other. Yeah. And I think road trips are a great time and space to do that. And there's conversations we've had on road trips that have set the tone for future events in our life. When we did our 30-day challenge, that came out of a road trip. We've made plans for hanging out with people, or we might have even came up with our Thursday night friends and booze on a road trip.
Yeah.
It could have came out of that. Because you're talking a lot and a long time on dedicated topics without being distracted. And so you can really flow through ideas and really good information. And as mentioned, you're not on your phone. You're not generally talking to other people. You're not watching TV. You're doing other things. You're just on the road,
mm-hmm.
Driving and on cruise control, just being with each other and enjoying the time. And sometimes we're just sitting there chilling, listening to music and relaxing and just letting our minds be free. So it's a great time, great experience. If you haven't done it, if you're the type of person that likes to travel by getting into an airplane and going somewhere or something of that nature, try a road trip. I would say we wouldn't do a road trip more than 7 hours, just because it gets old being in a car for that long after a while. It gets uncomfortable sitting in a car for that long after a while. We like to make sure we get a nice car, comfortable car. We've done Mercedes, we've done Cadillacs. I think we have big coupe, big some truck SUVs, depending on what we're bringing,
rolling
what we're doing.
On the street in my signal.
So that's fun, sunroof, air in the face, and just enjoying life. And as the seasons change, I
want to get in a car right now.
I know.
I'm gonna go on a drive to the
so
beach.
hungover.
I know.
Neither one of us should be driving. We can take an Uber to the beach. It's a road trip too.
Take a nap.
Take a nap. That's what we should do. But we should get another. We're gonna have another road trip this summer.
Yeah.
We're gonna get one in somewhere. We'll figure it out when.
We'll keep you updated. Let's
figure
plan
that out.
that.
We'll figure that out. Sometime between now, we already have 2 trips coming up. So we have Washington and
in August.
Yeah, Washington and Oregon in August, and then in September we have Colorado.
Your birthday.
Yeah, so somewhere in between those trips or around those trips.
Which is perfect because those are bigger trips.
Yeah.
So to be able to sneak in.
Nice,
yeah, something in August. And then we talked about going upstate. So we could do something
we're going to go upstate,
in August.
We're going to go upstate. Because our peeps, we'll go hang out with the peeps that got the house.
That's
and
right.
By the mountain.
Best kind of friend that has their own house.
Bestie. Shout out to the bestie.
Yeah.
We're going to go hang out there. So that'll be a good road trip. Yes. Get the car, ride up.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. Road trips are a great way for you to enhance your relationship, get to learn about it, make it fun, make it sexy. Don't make it too strict.
It's a little bit of a toolbox.
It's a little bit of a tool thing, but we've enjoyed some good ones. As mentioned, we went to Atlantic City, we went to Philly, we went to, as you mentioned, Hunter.
We've been to New Jersey several times.
We've been to New Jersey a few times, yep. And sometimes they come in weird. Like we went to the strip club that one day, and coming home from...
because
weirdo because of the interaction. So it doesn't always. Sometimes you're tired and you just want to sleep, and that happens too. So I guess it's more of a toolbox, but I think it's something great, and I think if you're not doing it, you should at least try. We're going to try to incorporate them. We should try to probably do 4 or 5 a year, definitely.
4 road trips.
4 or 5, per year.
Yeah, definitely.
Somewhere, there's other places to go. We should go down to DC. We should go to Maryland.
DC's great.
We can go to Boston. There's other cities.
Yes,
there's
go
enough
see
places.
My cousin there.
Yeah. The dispensary.
That too.
Get a lobster roll.
Yes.
Get a clobster roll.
I want to do.
That was so good yesterday.
Right across the street, there's a great crab shack.
Yeah, Krabby Shack.
Crab Shack.
Yeah, crab and lobster combined.
Really good.
Oh, so
really good.
So
good corn too. Oh,
So
I'm
good.
hungry. All right.
Yeah, we just ate. We were hungry again. A great breakfast you made this morning, by the way.
Thank you.
That's
You
delicious.
like those sausage patties?
I like the sausage patties. That was delicious.
Nice.
Very
You
good.
like that sage on your egg?
And it was delicious.
Sunny side
It
up.
was a great presentation also.
I love
Mhm.
cooking for you.
Thank you. I love you cooking for me. Speaking of cooking, that's also something I've heard other couples do for when they're taking road trips, and that is plan out the restaurants. Like they'll go and they'll Yelp or Google or Zagat
Oh, that's fun.
different restaurants that are on their route, and they'll plan out their restaurants. That'll kind of be their check marks of time, especially if you're doing a long road trip. Like I have some friends that have done cross countries, like month-long road trips across the U.S.
Ooh, shout out to our friends in Washington whose wedding we're going to.
Oh, yeah,
They traveled
yeah.
across the United States from through the northern part of the region.
Nice.
In
That's
a
awesome.
VW
Oh, that's
van.
nice.
They called it Greg. They had a blog
Greg.
on their journey. They actually parked it here on the East Coast. I visited with them, and then they flew to Africa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
To Sudan.
That's great.
And then they came back from their trip I think they went to Italy as well.
Mhm.
She's Italian, so they were getting down to their cultural roots, and then came back, and then it was winter, so they traveled down south.
Oh, on the winter.
Back
that's
to
nice.
Washington.
To Washington. That's
Yeah,
great.
so you'll
What did they
see
fly
the
out
van.
of? They flew to New York?
Yeah, they flew to New York.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Or maybe it was Newark, but either way.
That's really cool.
From
Good
from
job.
coast to coast. Isn't that
That's really
awesome?
Yeah.
And I actually saw them in Colorado because during part of their journey too, they stopped in Colorado, so they stayed, at the
Oh, that's
Wren's
nice.
place and took a little break from their van.
From the van
But,
life.
I mean, it was an entire home inside the van.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Well, that's the cool thing about it. Like you can choose your accommodations, even if you are driving in an RV or something similar. My friends from Australia, when they were heading back to Australia, they lived in New York for a while. They did the same thing. So they had their car here in New York, and then they drove. They took a month to get over to LA. And they kind of did an up and down route. So they went toward the north and then cut back down and went to Florida and come back up and hit all the major cities, went to Vegas, LA, and then they sold the car when they got to LA and then flew from LA to Australia.
Wow, they got it all.
They got it all. And that was something that they did. They planned out, they had kind of a loose plan. They had a couple of hotel accommodations like earmarked where they gave themselves some time, but they were like, okay, on this we need to be here. I think they were staying with friends too for like a day or two in some of the portions of it. But they had a whole list of restaurants. They followed. There's some show that's like diners or something of that nature.
Yeah, Dives and
Diners. And so they took a bunch of lists from the Dives and Diners show across the U.S. and they picked certain ones that they wanted to try the food at. And that was their kind of like, that was their roadmap almost like, okay, we need to hit this diner. We need to hit this diner in the state or this city or whatever it was. They went by like Nashville. They did, I think they went through Texas. They did all these things. So it was really cool. I was like, that's a really great, like they planned for a while. I watched them plan this and I was like, damn, this is great.
Shout out to the couples out there.
Yeah, some great
go
ideas.
on adventures.
Yeah. If you haven't, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was going to say that I think what you were going to say.
If you have any ideas, please, on road trips, or you've been on a good one, if you have some photos from road trips or anything, send them our way, ouruniversalforce@gmail.com.
Soon we'll do calls, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, no, because we're recording these. we will have a guest. Matter of fact, that's something we are going to have our first guests on our podcast for one of our future episodes, and they actually. It wasn't a topic that we were going to talk to them about, but we can ask them about that because they did a road trip. They had an RV. They did one maybe like 3 weeks ago or a month ago. And they had maybe a month ago, and they had the RV actually parked out here somewhere. Yeah.
Fine.
And they're from Cali. I don't think they went to Cali, but they went somewhere. I forgot where they went.
With the baby?
I think so, yeah, because they just had the baby. So they took the baby. And so that was a fun way to still go somewhere and family outing and stuff. So we can ask them about that.
And be comfortable. Have your home on wheels.
Exactly. All right, so
let's get into our toolbox.
Ann and Dorian's toolbox.
What's inside your toolbox,
What's
Dorian?
inside your toolbox? So my toolbox item is couples massage.
Ooh, I could use one of those.
I do want to do one of those. I don't know if we have. I can see if we have time. I don't know. we have our house cleaner coming at 4. So.
Which brings us to our other toolbox item,
which is
house chores.
Exactly. So, do you want to go first? Or want to go first?
You go.
Okay. So this is more fun one. Couples massage. So couples massage is a great way for you and your partner to be catered to, taken care of, pampered is the word I think best described. Yourself. It's great for your body physically. It's great for in my mind, your mind, and being able to just chill. But I love doing it as a couple. We've had massage. So we probably get a massage at least once a month, probably more, but at least once a month. And we generally always go couples massage. We've only, I think, had once where they didn't have 2 tables next to each other. So we get full. We've tried different types of salon or massage parlors or salons.
There's so many.
There's so
great
many
ones in New York.
There's all over the place. And we went the one we went to the most. One in Williamsburg, I think it's like, I don't know what's her name, Anna's Angels. And then we go to the couples massage parlor. It's called the Couple Spa up in Manhattan. It's like 65th Street on the east side. Really nice place. They give you like champagne.
They're so cute.
So
They're
nice.
So accommodating.
Really
all these lovey-dovey things.
Always couples in there,
Cute.
And they're not, and it's not also gender specific couples. So whatever your couple status is great. Even if you're dating, we're an engaged couple. So we're a couple together, but I definitely have heard of couples doing that in their early dating stages too. I think we might have even like pretty.
Yeah, we did everything.
Yeah, pretty like quickly on, right? But it was great because we do full table massages, so we get naked, get down there, and a lot of them have like where you can do like a bath together, or you can order a bottle of champagne. Like you can make it very romantic.
I didn't know about those options.
Yeah, we always get the hour because we always have like somewhere to go as soon as our massage is over.
We
need
the therapy right now. Get into our body and our muscles.
But if you want to give yourself like a few hours,
they
have packages for that, and you can do like face scrubs and body wraps. We generally just get a massage. I
prefer firm, like deep tissue, more sports specific, and you prefer more relaxation.
I like the relaxation.
One of my favorite things when we get the massage is I love peeking at you when it's time to flip and just seeing you so relaxed. And I love watching somebody do that for you.
Yeah, and that's kind of what it is, knowing that we're doing something that's good for ourselves together. And we can be there, and and they're generally every massage, or at least all the ones we've been to, the massage parlors are super accommodating. They give you your space in your room, and so we connect on our way there. We connect while we're there. We get on our tables. Generally, the tables are right next to each other. Sometimes they have a curtain in between. Sometimes they don't. But the curtain they usually don't really close. And then we'll get 2 therapists. Generally, we use women therapists. I think we've had like a man and a woman once, and I think one time we had we've had man and women twice, I think. But generally, I generally prefer women therapists personally. So it's really nice.
Why is that?
I like women's hand touch. I'm not a fan of a man's hand touch on my skin. It's just
like
feels better to me.
Smaller fingers.
No, it just a woman's hand is different. Men and women's hands are completely different.
Not my hands.
Oh, sure.
I do pull-ups.
Whatever. That's your strength. That's nothing to do with
I've got calluses.
Nope. Your hands are a woman's hands. Very different. No, it's really good. And we've had really good massages. And as Ann mentioned, you can tell we don't have to get the same type of massage. You want to get a Thai massage, right? Is the next one you want to get? Which I may try that.
The stretching.
Because I do love it when you stretch me like that. So I would like to, if it's similar to how you stretch me or have you shown, I think that might be fun to try.
I've only really done more playful like Thai massage with friends. So that being said, I haven't had a professional session.
So maybe that's what we'll do
we
next.
Could try it.
Yeah, we'll try that. We could try that. We should try that.
Great learning experience too, because we do like to soothe each other. So learning different techniques. If you and your partner like to massage each other,
yes,
it's a great way to break out of your box a little bit, learn some new techniques.
Right. Indeed. And that's something that that's on our list of, if you've heard our previous podcasts, we do like to take classes and learn things together. And that is one of the topics on our list of classes to take. And that's going to be to take a couples massage. Yes. And
Which
we
is
researched
interesting
a
'cause
bunch of them.
Yeah, we got a list of couples retreats.
Yes.
And well, actually, it was a list of like we're interested in like
retreats.
couples workshop,
Mm-hmm.
and we got a retreat back from our therapist. And one of the agenda items there was couples massage the first day.
Yeah, it's
And
great.
it makes so much sense to
Yeah.
be able to relax into the weekend, but I think that's great. So we're looking forward to that in our future.
Yeah, we'll keep you posted when we book that and we go and we learn. And from what I've from the research done, there's multiple levels of how good, I think it's just the amount of techniques you learn in massage. Because as you mentioned, there's like shiatsu, there's relaxation. I mean, there's prenatal, there's sports, there's Thai, there's Swedish. So there's probably many more. There's sensual massage too. So that would be something that I would like. That's what I really want. I want to learn sports for you. And relaxation, but I also would like to learn the sensual as well.
Yes.
Definitely, be therapeutic, but also be able to have fun and playful.
So another tip for massage when you're receiving massage, because I've had a lot of massages in my life. It's been a big part of my, recovery. I also give myself massage a lot with various tools. Shout out to Roll Pal. I have one of their rollers made here in Brooklyn, and Rad Roller, great company with really good tools too for self-myofascial release, so self-massage, also known as like foam rolling. But you want to breathe, right? Breathe into, if you're getting a massage, their hand, or breathe into the area that they're working, so you can better relieve that.
So that puts oxygen into the muscles, or the whatever.
You're putting
whatever.
oxygen into your body, but also, I think there's like a physiological response that happens when you think about the area
that you're getting massaged,
that you're moving around.
I've tried that since you told me that. One of the maybe like 2 massages ago or 3 massages ago, I actually like really concentrated on the almost like 90% of the massage into breathing, making sure I was taking long, deep breaths and breathing in. I tried to match their rhythm.
Yes.
So breathe into the rhythm of their massage, and it definitely, I did feel something different. I felt like the connection and flow from the massage therapist was better.
Right, it helps them.
It helps them, right? Exactly. And they tried to match. Then they saw when they saw my breathing was trying to match them. Then they also tried to match into the breathing. It wasn't 100% effective. Like I lost, I would lose sometimes. It just started, my mind would wander and go. But whenever I did it, it was great. And obviously, certain parts of the body are harder to breathe into. If you're working your back and your chest and areas like that, that's easier to breathe into. But when you're in your legs, you have to think about it a lot more. Your arms are similar. But it was great. It's always a great feeling. We always walk out of it feeling so good. Sometimes when if it's private enough after we're done, we'll play a little bit together, give our own happy endings to each other. But generally, sometimes we're in a rush. We're like, all right, next. So we're like, all right, we gotta go. Or
are you done in there? Knock, knock.
Go, we gotta go. Or we have somewhere that we're running to.
Scram. He put an egg in his shoe and scrambled.
So couples massage, if you have not tried it, try it. It's really fun. There's also the app called Zeal, which is a massage booking service where they'll come to you. Professional massage therapists will come to your home. They'll bring a table. You put in certain information, like do you have stairs, pets, types of massages, what kind of therapist you want, basic body information about yourself. And then you can book massage therapists, and they'll come to you. It's basic roundabout prices of the spectrum. Massages can be anywhere from like cheap for like say like 15 minutes can be like $20 or $15, or it could be as much as an hour. It could be like $300, depending on the facility and where it is and where you live. So there's a wide spectrum. That's a couples massage. Second toolbox item
is house chores.
House chores.
Oh my goodness. Oh my gracious.
Okay, so what about house chores?
So this is an important one because you hear this all the time. Having a well-organized, clean space has you be a bit more present and at peace too. versus cluttering your situation, right? Having things be dirty, having a lot of junk around, or having your things disorganized. So we do this already. We've grown up doing this for ourselves, cleaning up after ourselves. And I'm really grateful to have you do that already. Getting into our relationship in the beginning, I was like, God, he's almost more organized and planned than I am. I like this. Keeping me on target, keeping me on point with my own. So, yeah, just keeping your space, clean. And we don't even necessarily delegate who does what for house chores. No. But really, it's more, it's pretty instinctual for us to keep the house clean already. But, just one tip is, instead of piling it on and having to have a day where it's like, okay, we're cleaning, just consistently clean throughout the day. If you're cooking, clean as you go, so then after you're done with your meal, you don't have a pile of dishes to do. Right. We're in a small Brooklyn apartment, so we have a little dishwasher, which is actually a rarity. And then we hand wash a lot of dishes too. Right. So just taking care of that, being done. Making the bed, so you show up at the end of the day after a hard day's work and the house is already clean. Yeah. And then one thing that we've also added is a house cleaner. Yes. So we do use a house cleaner probably, again, about once a month. We keep the house pretty clean and there's not that much space anyway. But having that extra help to get, mop and stuff, it's just helpful.
It is, and I think it takes the time where we're busy, and our time is valuable. So we do, as Ann mentioned, we clean up after ourselves. We both have worked in food service, so that's also, I think, a little bit of it. We're used to using clean workspace, use something, clean it up. Even in your job and currently today in personal training, you clean up after your session as you go. And so I think we understand the value of having a clean home. It's great because we can have people come over at any time. Right. We can, if we're out and we see friends, or friends are like, hey, we're going to be in the neighborhood, they're like, just come over. Our house is always good. We're always pretty, there's not like piles of clothes anywhere,
Grab the cock ring from the sink.
That's about the most of what it is, like putting away.
And who even cares who sees that?
I don't give a shit. But it's basically we feel that like doing chores, both people taking on the responsibility of chores makes it helpful. Now, granted, I will say, depending on what your lifestyle is,
it might be
and what your relationship style, there may be times, if one partner, let's say, works and one doesn't. Obviously, then there may not be the same availability for the one partner to do as much of the home chores as the other. But if that's not the case, and you both are home and working and contributing, it's just easy for everyone to do things together. And if one of us can't do something, let's say it's like taking our laundry out or whatever, we'll ask the other person to do it, or we'll do it together. So we try to make sure that we're never, neither one of us is overburdening the other person by putting other things in our schedule that doesn't give us time to contribute to the house. But we make the bed. If something, I always have been of the mindset that if it bothers me, something about the home, I need to then go fix it, not ask the other person to fix it. Because I think that can bring up bad communication in a way. So let's say if I'm like, oh, I think the sheets need to be changed, then I'll just go do it. Or if I can't do it and it's bothering me, I would even say like, hey, Ann, I really want to change the sheets, but I'm totally not going to have the time. Can you do it for me? And if you're like, no, I don't have time, then I'm like, cool, I'll just do it myself then. But we do you communicate about it. And if you do it that way, I think it definitely makes it we're never going to have issues with the house being clean, or issues with feeling like someone's not doing something or should be doing something. We do everything. We both cook, we both clean, we both take care of our plants.
It works.
We take care of our clothes. We do we do everything.
We design.
We
our life.
Right, exactly.
so if and it works, and if it doesn't, then we will change that. We got back onto the social media. And it really fucks your brain up.
Don't let it.
Don't let it. We are the designer of our own lives.
Yes. Post, don't look. Just send shit out. Don't intake other people's nonsense.
Well, I like to interact a little bit.
Yeah, you can. But then make interaction time.
Right. Schedule it in.
Schedule it in. Yes.
So that's everything for today.
Yes.
We covered everything. Thank you all for being with us.
Mm-hmm.
We'd love to hear your questions, comments at ouruniversalforce@gmail.com. You can also check out our website, ouruniversalforce.com.
Indeed.
And stay tuned.
Yes, we have, as mentioned, we have some guests coming up. We've been talking to them, picking up some topics, so we will have some future episodes with guests. And we also will be posting all of your episodes up on the podcast, so stay tuned as you are listening.
Please follow us.
OurUniversalForce.com, any of the social medias. And also come check us out DJing. That's another thing. If you're in the area or you happen to be visiting Brooklyn, we like to DJ in Brooklyn because that's where it's at. And if you are going to be in the area, we will put up our events that we're DJing together. We're a fun time DJing. If you enjoy listening to us podcast, you'll enjoy probably even more listening to our song selection, watching us sling vinyl, watching us dance and have a good time and try to turn up the space or venue that we're at. So
and we don't have to try too hard. We just do.
Well, we work hard at it. Not, I mean,
true.
we not that we do decide to work hard at it. So we like to give it our all. So
we love you, Brooklyn.
Yeah, indeed. So once again, Our Universal Force with Ann and Dorian. If you're listening and you would like to listen more, check out the next episode. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.